I joined the agency in season 2. I played A.B. Styles, who was a special ops sort of go-to guy who was brought in to basically take care of situations in the field. So he was sort of an action man of sorts, highly trained, could kill you with your bare hands. Didn't like the office much, but certainly liked getting out of it. My favorite scene in the agency has to be the first episode of the second season, where Styles and Lowell meet each other for the first time in a martial arts class, and they decide to spar with each other as they're talking about what happened to Matt Callan and how their relationship is going to play out. I thought it was an excellent way of introducing a character's dynamic, which would be constantly kind of contested, and it was always a fight in a fun way when Styles and Lowell were together. So it was a way of sort of promising that sort of conflict in the future, and obviously there was conflict, but there was also a lot of other things going on. But it was a great, fun scene to play. But also it was the scene where Jason O'Mara, smacked the actress Paige Turco in the head by accident as we were rehearsing off camera for another section of the fight. And I threw a backhanded punch. She was distracted at the time by one of the guys on camera, setting up for the next shot, and she forgot to duck. And I smacked her right there. It opened up, she was bleeding, and she had to go and see a surgeon to be stitched up. I felt terrible about this, obviously, as you would, and she was back shooting several hours later, even though she had sort of mild concussion. She was back. She was shooting that night, and she was such a trooper. I pretty much fell in love with her in that moment. So, got to a few months later and we were engaged, and a few months after that we were married, and we're still married with progeny. By the way, after that scene with Paige and I got her a little rubber duck as a gift to say sorry, and also as a little reminder to, next time, duck. Another favorite episode of mine, and actually probably my favorite episode, is Thanksgiving, which I think was episode 9 of the second season. I just thought, well, obviously my character had a lot to do in it, so that was fun, but also I got to, and this seems to be a trend, I got to use my own Irish accent in that episode. So that was, actually it wasn't my own Irish accent now I think of it, it was a Northern Irish accent, which actually was more difficult for me than doing American, because that's not obviously how I speak. So that was actually, but it was fun. It was fun to throw that in there in the mix. And Styles is incarcerated and he's tortured and beaten, and there was a lot to play in that episode. And there were also some quite romantic moments with Paige's character Terry Lowell that I enjoyed, and I got to sing as well. Which actually is not the reason why it's my favorite episode. I don't sing, I don't dance. I managed to get out some sort of little Irish ditty, but it was nothing to write home about. I tried to get out of it, but they made me do it.